Back again today. See how we go trying to fix some of this fence line up. Big holes here. Loki. Loki, no. Barbed wire there, sweetie. Be careful. In full paraphernalia, because barbed wire has a tendency to get everywhere and you end up with cuts all over yourself. So let's have a look. Here's the fence, which you can see. Well, hopefully you can see there's quite a few missing on this. There's 2 strands at least down on the ground down here. Look out, Loki. Out the way, sweetie. Out the way. Come on. So I've already taken one and tied it up here, but we've got a few to go. That one's broken. And then we go down here even further, and that one's broken. That's the top strand on that one, middle strand, and I'll have to check the start pickets as well. But I think that's what 1, 2, 3, 4 runs I have to try and patch together. That'll keep me busy. Let's see how we go. So to put them together, there's some gaps. So it's going to need tightening afterwards anyway, so that's okay. But there's ways you can do it, and let me try and show you as best I can. So here's my tools box. I'm going to try and use these guys today. They're called grippers. They're meant for fencing wire, but they seem to work okay with barbed wire as well. Goes in there. There's springs in there, so one goes one way, one goes the other, and there's a screw with a spring which stops it from going back the other way. To do that though, what you do is you get the barbed wire and you unpeel the barb. So there's actually 2 strands there, so you peel one, unpeel them both, slide it off the end. So there's a bit without a barb, same you do there. The other way to do it is you still have to unpeel the barbs and then you split the wires and join it that way. But I try it with these grippers because they're relatively cheap, and it's a lot easier than trying to twist them all together. Let's see how we go. So, at the end of this piece here, I've removed one of the barbs. It just goes down. There's the next barb along, but I can remove that if I need to later. I'm doing the best I can to show you this. And this guy, he just slots in there like that. Sorry, you can't quite see. He slots in there like that. It's better if he's straight, obviously. And I'll just the pliers and straighten that end up actually, because it's not perfectly straight there. I might just cut it off. And I'll show you what I mean in a second. You can get a focus on there, which you can't. And there we go. 2 strands of barbed wire joined together. And the joy is, with the right tool you can tighten it too, which I will be doing later on. This one here is just my joiner one. I'm not going to join the other end where it's broken yet, so see how we go. And here we have it. A new piece inserted, which will get tightened. And the dogs are having a good old play. You right there? Really? You having fun? Oh, look out. Okay, well, best we get back to work. Okay, well, that was surprisingly quick, but all patched up now. We did lose one gripple, so that's what they're called. They're called gripple clamps, or gripple locks, or gripple something, but there's a few different makes out there, but yeah, I'll show you the one that I lost. So this is the one that I had to cut out and redo, and that's because this second piece here, you can see it came through, but the first piece, it did make its way through, and that's because the end wasn't straight. It had a little bit of a bend on it. And if we just have a look in there, in the blue bit, see if I can get it to focus. You can see it's actually dug into the blue instead of coming straight through. So it's locked in there, and I can't. It's already gone past the screw clamp, so it can't go back out, and I can't get it any further. So that's a dead gripple now, unfortunately. Let's have a look at what we've got left to do. Now into tightening, and we tighten with this tool, and I'll have to undo the star pickets. See here where it goes, well, we've got those clamps and it's just sitting there, but you tie the barbed wire under the star picket. So I'm going to undo those locks, and then I'll tighten up those. I might have to undo a couple more of these actual little the barbs to get enough through, but we'll see how we go. For those interested in how this works, basically, unfortunately I don't have 6 hands to show you, but you can see on the back there's that little thick clip there. Well, that goes in, actually goes in that way, and then on the back of this there's that little guy, which, like, opening fully, you see there's that little gap in there, and that's where the wire goes in. So here's one where hopefully you'll see the action, and as I close it, you can see it just pulls the wire through. Now we're up against the side there, so we're up against the barb, so we won't go any further with that one. And there we have it, folks. It's done for this section of the fence. I haven't replaced any star pickets. I really don't want to do that until I've cleared the whole line and got the whole thing up to speed. So let's have a look at our process. Yes, Loki, that's a stick. Here's our first set of repairs. Don't have to be massively tight. I don't want to do them up too tight. They will loosen over time because obviously that's going to stretch. And these older ones, God knows how long they've been sitting there and what sort of stretch they've got on there. But we now have a nice 4-strand barbed wire fence, complete on this section anyway. There's other breaks further along. And I think what's happened here, like this one, you can see I've had to add a little bit, but here I've just managed to join the two together without actually adding a connector. And I don't know how long it's going to last. There's rust on there. I don't know if it can focus on the rust. Not very well, but anyway, there is rust on there. My finger in the way. See if we can focus on my finger. Hello? No, that's too hard for it. Okay, sorry about that. But we have some Brahman bulls and cattle that are just in the state forest next to us, and I think the way this bit here was snapped, that one of them decided that was on that side of the fence, decided it wanted to come to this side of the fence, or vice versa. Possibly vice versa, actually, because this star picket is bent and twisted. It was bent that way. So something here wanted to go over there, and he just walked straight through the fence, which those 2-ton-plus animals will do. Still lots to go though.